That's it. That's all you gotta say.
I'm not even gonna try.
Man. Dun dun dun. So
I feel like LeBron right now.
yeah, huh, we feel like the ones.
I feel like I'm on Sports Center or something right now.
Yeah, for sure. Like we're talking about some shit. I want to do something different. I mean, I haven't done a podcast in hella long, and then we happen to all be here like at the same weekend, and then this idea came up about the shop. So I thought it was dope. You know, why not get it done? I know Cristian wanted to go fucking have a drink or something, but I'm like, you know, just
I'm like,
let's
this,
be productive. He's going through it right now.
He's going through it.
Yeah.
Just know I haven't had a drink all weekend. I'm like,
We're trying to get him away from that. Nah, but you know, Cristian still does his thing. That's a difference.
Bad habits, good intentions, huh?
you know,
Yeah.
I do my thing, but I still stay in my own lane. You know,
I forgot what you said. You said something about partying last time. Like I forgot what he mentioned. It was just stupid because it was like funny because that's really what he does, you know. But he has, you know, he still does his thing. But if you guys are new to the channel, man, you guys need to subscribe, like, and comment this video. Definitely share it. It's gonna be a good one. Just, you know, I don't really come in having topics. It's just more so, you know, these things develop as we go. But I think people have been really missing the podcast. I've been having like so many people hit me up in the last like 2 weeks, like, hey, what's up with the podcast? I was like, bro, I gotta bring one back. Even though, you know, I'm super busy doing like a bunch of other stuff that, you know, I always believe in like things happening. You know, as you have like your purpose and you work towards something, like shit just naturally falls in place. But I've been busy doing other stuff, and then, you know, it turned out that it was just a good time to do another episode. And then of course, like both of your guys' episodes were good, season 1. So you guys earned a little nomination to come back. It was a little vote.
for a minute, I was like, man, when am I gonna come back to the podcast? You know,
And it's funny because we're in Stockton doing it, so it's just like,
You know,
different.
it's really full circle just being back here. You know, like we used to be together all the time, just us three. So it's the big three uniting.
Los Tres Chupones.
Los Tres Chupones.
You said something earlier about the 3, right? The originals.
The original big three.
Yeah, the big 3. I mean, it's cool because like it's just a diverse group. You know what I'm saying? Like we each help each other out some way. It just works out, and I think like people don't understand that. People think you got to be next to like the same kind of person in order to like progress, but you know, we're each here doing our own thing, and then we still get to collaborate together regardless. So that's the best part.
It really is, though. We literally do our own thing, but
And that's what we talked about last time, right? Like looking back, like what, 2-3 years ago when we were all just barely starting. Like, I mean, you were decently well established at that point, but just to fast forward now 2 years and reflect on everything that happened. Now we all each have our respective brands and businesses, and we're all doing well. It feels so good to be doing well alongside my brothers and people that we care about, you know, each one of us pushing each other and just growing. Like, even though we don't work together all the time now, we still manage to do things like this. And, you know, it really just comes full circle, and it's such a warm feeling to see my brothers win. It's really just that. You get what I'm saying? Like, just collecting more W's.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for me, it's, you know, the hair thing is always going to be there. And it's like, I don't want people to think like, oh, it's just like a hair video or whatever. Like we do have a class actually that we're going to talk about like sometime in this episode, but it's just more so being around people that push you to do better and like really being mindful of like the people you have around you. Cause I really feel like that's a big part of success, you know, like being around, not being the biggest person in the room, being able to listen and watch and then take that and add it to your own and then hold each other accountable. Like I said, I mean, I feel like we have that with each other, so it's dope. You know what I mean? So I guess you can say just that. I mean, you guys both do your thing. I know, Cristian, you've been doing a lot of big things as of late.
He's been killing it. He's been killing it.
It's crazy because like now that we both live out there, he hits me up when things are happening. It's just like so random, but I'm like, bro, go do it. Like you literally, I was supposed to get a haircut by him. It's funny for Coachella. And then he went to cut a Grupo Firme Edwin, and I was like, oh,
badass.
I was like, cut myself.
Yeah,
I didn't do that
good.
bad. I didn't do
Like-
that bad, but it was like that's just how the lifestyle is over there, you know. So what about you? Like seeing him and like you know where Cristian started, bro. That's the thing.
Of course, and that's, you know, I tell him every time, like Cristian, like he's crazy, but he gets shit done. Like I tell him, he's got like one of the craziest work ethic I've ever seen in my life. Like
I
this
think
guy,
now you accept it though, because in the beginning, you know, like we want people to be like a certain way, but it's like, you know what, this is efficient for him. Like,
yeah, we're
so-
you
like
know,
you see my story, like he's out, like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's good,
He'll be
like-
all right.
you know, like, and that's the thing, like you can do whatever you want, but he handles business. Like you can't really talk shit to him because he does his thing and he handles business.
Yeah, he's for sure a hard worker. That's why I always tell him.
That's what it is. What it is, bro. Like,
that's always gonna get you far.
Yeah, and to see him grow and like do everything that he said he wanted to do, he's done. Look at a year ago, 2 years ago, when he said, you know what, I'm gonna take off with this color. Not only did he progress in that, but he really took off. He got better at it and he ran with it. I've seen so much of his dope stuff, and then now, I want to cut these guys. Celebrities, artists.
It's crazy because like remember the other day we had the class and then it was literally a week before, and I told you guys about the whole story about Grupo Firme, about Edwin. Like I went up to him and spoke to him in English that one night. I was like, damn, I missed my opportunity. Like, you know, but I was like, it's okay. I'm gonna cut him up next time. It's gonna happen soon. And what happened? The week after, like, boom.
Yeah.
So
manifesting, bro. You gotta manifest. You gotta like really speak it into existence. If you really
but also do the work. I think people like to manifest, and it's like nothing's gonna fucking fall in your lap. I think people are gonna be blessed with opportunities regardless. But sometimes, like, what you ask for when it's in front of you, a lot of people shy away from it. So I mean, like, I guess you can say, like, since we're talking about hard work, like, Chris, what anybody out there that really, I guess you can say, wants what you have, because a lot of people always tell him, I'm like, bro, look, I know like you always want more and more, but just know that you're where you once wish you were. So it's like being grateful for that, you know, kind of like jotting down your journey, and then that way you could see the progress, but then also like, you know, you keep going. So for somebody out there that wants to be in your position or that wants, you know, is striving for something, like what do you think is the secret?
Just, you know, stay consistent, you know, like, make sure, you know, you do everything with the purpose, you know. You want to do something, go for it, you know. I stay in my own lane. Like, I don't care what anybody says. So it's like, if I want to do something, I go for it. I want to learn something, I go for it. I take the time to invest myself, to learn. Obviously, I was able to cut all these famous people because, like, I started posting a lot on Instagram, social media. So, and then it's just word of mouth, honestly. You guys know that I do YouTube, so I pretty much use YouTube as, like, I guess you can say like a commercial. So for my brand, like, so like when people post, like, for example, I don't follow all these famous people, but I have a lot of followers and supporters that came from YouTube that follow me on Instagram. So for example, when, like, if I never follow Edwin and he posted like, oh, I need a haircut or color in LA, like, who got me? And then now all my supporters and followers or started tagging me.
They tag you and stuff
like that. So honestly, so shout out to everybody who followed me. Like, they're pretty much like the reasons why I've cut like all these famous people.
It's love,
you know. But honestly, just stay consistent and start posting, because social media is free. Like, why not use it?
Yeah,
you know?
for real. You got to use every tool, every avenue. That's what it is, right? No secret. It's just hard work. That's all it is.
It's definitely hard work and consistency. I think that's just always been it. And then, of course, having pure intentions and being good, man. I feel like you're always going to get repaid. Like, I really feel like if you're really true with your intentions and you're like very, like, it comes from a good place, I feel like you're bound for good things. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everything comes back to you if it's bad. And I guess sometimes people do get stuck in situations. I think people bring up that excuse. I don't want to say innocent excuse, because we all have hardships. And I know you're big on the no excuse thing. So, like, for those people, because we're going to get some questions, well, this and that, well, this, you know.
I'm honestly, like, on the same page as Erik as well. Like, no excuses. Like, when you're mentioning
I get it,
earlier,
bro. Like,
you know?
I'm not trying to put anybody down, and we all go through stuff, but at the same time, there's always something you can do, right? Like, of course, you're going to go through hardships, but it's not about those hardships. It's about how we handle those hardships, what you choose to accept. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel bad for anybody grown and capable to make it happen. If there's literally nothing wrong with you, like, you're healthy, you got both arms, both legs, you can get a job, like, whatever it is, like, you can do it, bro. You just choose not to. I get it. There are some circumstances, and like I said, shit happens. But for anyone that can make it happen, you can, bro. You just got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else?
Right.
You get me?
And I was telling you guys about this episode that I saw, this guy that I follow, and it was just talking about that, you know, like, how can you not want to be better? You know what I mean? Like, you're put here, you really do only have one life. I know it sounds cliche, but aside from all that shit, I feel like everybody's capable of getting past whatever is in front of them. Most of the time it is your mindset. So I feel like as long as you have a skill set, you're dedicated, and then your mindset is good, and you feed yourself nothing but positive shit, I feel like you really are bound for good things, you know? And I think a lot of that is, you know, like you said, Christian, I mean, yeah, he gets these opportunities, but what if he's an asshole when he shows up to do this house call? They're never going to call him again, but because it's himself and it comes from a good place, you keep getting rewarded.
Yeah, of course. Like he said, everything done with an intention, everything done with purpose.
Every time I go over, like, say, for example, like an artist, a perfect example, like Chato, like I came to it, I did a house call, and then for some reason, like, I just be myself, you know, whether like they're big or not, I just be myself, and I think they like that about me. And it comes to a point to, like, I've cut him a couple times, but at one point, one time, like, he hit me up, and I thought he was gonna hit me up for a haircut. But all he do is like, hey, come to my Airbnb, you know, come party with me. Like, cool. So like, I build friendship with these people, you know.
Building clientele, building relationships, and if like I can elaborate on that, like, bro, the world doesn't need another Christian Blends. The world doesn't need another Ulysses Benitez. The world doesn't need another Erik Ruiz. Like, the world needs a you. Like, you're so unique to yourself in the way you can only do things. You gotta be that, because that's how you're gonna stand out. You're not gonna stand out by trying to be like somebody else. You gotta be yourself. Yeah. It's the best thing you can do is be yourself, and you're gonna see, like, you're gonna grow, things are gonna change. But stop trying to be like somebody else, bro. They could never be you.
Yeah, for sure.
Get me?
And that's the thing too with you, that I feel like that's the dope part, that people really like you because of the aura that you carry with yourself, because they know it's unique, you know, it's Christian. And the same shit with me, like, people like that. I feel like almost like they get more impressed in person, because I feel like, of course, there is like perception, right?
Of course.
But
perception is greater than truth.
Yeah, but I feel like once they do meet you, they're like, damn, he's dope as fuck. You too, like, you're not really out there on social media as much, but then when they meet you, they're like all over it, right? Because the delivery and the message that you give. And, you know, like I said, I feel like we all come, and that's what I appreciate about you guys, that it's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So it resonates with the people.
That's the thing. Just
people want to relate to you.
Yeah, being genuine, bro. Being genuine, straight up. Like, just being who you are will take you further than anything else, right? Technical skill can be developed. We've talked about this. Any skill can be developed. Cutting hair, makeup, whatever. But who you are, your character, your morals, your values, who you are, how you carry yourself as a person will take you further than anything else.
Yeah, I literally posted that shit. I literally posted that, like, talent could get you far, but the characters will keep you at the top. For real, though.
That's exactly it. That's why Christian keeps getting these opportunities, because he is who he is, and he never stops being who he is. He doesn't care. You shouldn't. Why should you care about someone's opinion who doesn't clothe you, feed you, doesn't pay your bills? Like, the opinion doesn't matter. Half the time it's negative. And here's the thing, like let's say, like, you know, you go to the gym and you're getting big. Like, oh, damn, bro, you're getting maybe a little too big. Okay, now let's say you didn't work out, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, bro, maybe you should work out." You're never gonna keep them happy. Yeah, it's always one thing or the other.
There's always gonna be haters, negative comments, especially on social media. I get them all the time.
The crazy thing is that it's literally the people that are in the worst shape, and it's not even to get into the fitness thing, because I could be biased, I guess, in some points. But it's like, bro, like, I just almost, like, I'm not even gonna say anything, because I don't want to go there. Because the thing is, like, if I really start to get to that roasty shit, I'm gonna just hit you where it hurts. Yeah. I'm just quick with it, man, because it's just facts, you know. None of the shit that I tell people is, I feel like I'm like that with all my friendships, though. It's just like, we say it for how it is, and it's like, you gotta appreciate it for what it is too, because it's coming from a place that wants you to be better, you know. Yeah. Like, if I told you everything you wanted to hear, I wouldn't be a good friend to you. Trust me.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. We talked about this last week. If you have two books in front of you, and one book has all the positive things ever said about you, and the other book has all the negative things ever said about you, which one would you read?
I feel like I would read the negative ones, because I would want to progress. I feel like, low key, I would want to be like, okay, I would want to be aware, but at the same time, the positive shit, because I know that I feel like I feel good about my shit.
Okay, here's the thing though. Like, if I were to tell you, yo, Uli, you got to pick it up, is that negative?
No, I think it's positive.
It's positive. Negative is like talking down on you. Like, I would, like, you're
actually
not,
like looking out for him.
Exactly.
Like, you know?
That's not negative.
I do see it like that, though. So I guess you can say, like, the only reason I think the negative shit, people just want to see, because that's just the stupid drama shit. You're curious to see what it is, but it's not gonna really phase us, you know.
So here's the way I see it. I would read the positive stuff because I want to surround myself with good energy. I feel like people are like, oh, you're gonna get big-headed. No, I'm not. Like, I can keep myself grounded, and my people will keep myself grounded without being negative. But here's the thing: people are already talking shit anyways, and it hasn't done anything to you before. So why would I go and fill that my mind with that?
Yeah, for sure. And that's really what it is, like feeding yourself the positive things. And I think sometimes, you know, even if you do read that, I feel like it just adds a chip on the shoulder and it's just more fuel to the fire, honestly. I feel, you know, so it's just kind of momentum to keep going. I feel like it's a good mix to be able to get those things too, because it reminds you like, okay, I'm after something regardless, you know. And it's not to prove anything to anybody, but at the same time, you know,
It's just like you're doing something right. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's
Like
good.
I get negative comments all the time on social media, and
how have you been able to deal with that?
I literally learned to just read and then just go out on my day. Like I'm just focused on myself. Like I don't care what you think about me. And obviously you're a follower. Like you know, following me with everything I'm doing. You know.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much like a fan. You know. Pretty much.
Yeah.
If you put it
Well,
that
that's
way.
what they say
know?
always. But I mean, for
So-
those that are maybe some people fast forward or anything, or maybe I'll add this in the beginning, but we have Christian Blends, 707. You have like 4 area codes at this point.
Yeah. Honestly,
I forgot which one to
I'd
pick.
be everywhere.
It's always going to be 707. But he's currently in the P. We're going to tag his Instagram for you guys to follow him. He's been doing some great things in the hair industry, and you know, he's just a fun person to follow and you to see the journey. I feel like it's always very diverse. So, you know, I always enjoy seeing his stuff. Cool dude. And then Erik, all the way from the Woods. They have
City of
they have
Trees.
like a nickname, right? That they say
The Pacific Northwest, but more specific, like the Evergreen State.
the Evergreen
Oh, the
State, right? I
Evergreen
didn't want to say it
Washington.
wrong because I didn't want to get attacked on here, but he's from Washington, Seattle area to be exact. Very nice over there. But you know, I appreciate you being here today.
Of course.
He did come through to actually teach my shop a class. So
Little staff's training.
a little staff training, but it's dope, man. I mean, I feel like I always had this idea. You know, when you're in a business owner, you want people to be like you, so to speak, but that's never gonna happen. You know, there's not gonna be another Ulysses, like you said. There's not gonna be another Christian, another Erik. But ultimately, it was just like creating an environment where these people could grow. You know, they've done that individually. Now it's like coming together as a team and learning, you know, more techniques and stuff that's gonna help them out. So to me, it's just like that's an accomplishment,
Bro,
you know. So I showed up. Obviously, I didn't have to. I really didn't, but I wanted to show up for moral support for them and for them to understand, like, okay, you know, I'm happy to see that you guys are progressing and learning from somebody that I learned from too. And, you know, like I said, all this shit's coming from a good place. Very talented at what you do. So thank you.
bro. It's much love, but like I was saying, bro, it's amazing to see it. Like obviously, like we said, we started this like 3 years ago, and to see your team so involved now, like to grow at the number that it is, and for them to reach out and want this for themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
That was really like what was the switch. You know, you got to want it for yourself. So for your team to want it for yourself, go out of their ways to reach out and make this happen. Like I told him, I was like, Ulysses is very proud of you guys. Like you guys represent Sharp and Dapper, and you guys represent it well. Like
Yeah.
we went to the show the other day, and your whole team showed up, and
That was already progress.
Yeah, before it was just us three.
And that's the first time I actually had seen you in a while. So
Yeah.
you saw them there. You're like, damn, that's dope.
That's
and then
dope.
they hit you up for the class. Now we're here talking about it after it's over. And, you know, my whole thing was just like, damn, I'm excited to eventually show up and see them all cutting like really good. Like that would make me happy because I'm like, hell yeah, like
time?
my
It's
team
like-
goes hard.
That was like a
You know,
that was like a 9-hour class.
that was a long ass class, but it's good. You literally gave them like a 3 days worth of a class in one day.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they're gonna be like super grateful and happy. And I think
100.
you know, in the end, you know, that's what it's about, man. So you know, right now my team's at like 10, 11 heads. Like we have 12 chairs in here, but you know, to me, it's like creating like a solid ass team that represents the best
definitely.
version of themselves, but also my team, like the brand. You know what I mean? Like they're part of something bigger, which I always remind them about. But it's cool, man. I mean, this shit ain't easy running a shop and having everybody see that same vision. So for them to all be here, you know, 2 of them didn't come, but that's okay. Like for most of them to be here and actually like be here for something bigger, it's like dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah, it was dope. They all did well, man. They should be very proud of themselves. They killed it. It was a tough class. We try to get a lot of information into one day. That's why it was so long. But they all did relatively well, and I'm excited to see what they can do. Like some of the other guys, like they've already improved it. Some of them have taken classes with me, and you could just see how they were cutting. Like you could tell that they were ahead of the curve, and super proud of these guys. And like I said it before, like I'm excited to see them grow. Like I told Manny that 2 years ago, and look where he's at now, doing well. And I'm excited to see what happens in another 2 years for these guys. So it's only the beginning. Yeah, man, just happy to be here, come full circle, you know, representing my brand, Bling Boundaries, and the education. And it's been great, bro. I just did my first stage work independently in Salt Lake. It was
Yeah.
How did that go?
You've been growing a lot individually, which is cool. And I
amazing.
think, you know, before we get into that, I am going to tag, like, there's some people on here that are going to be hair related. So you guys definitely got to check them out. I'm going to tag all of their information, like, throughout the video and then at the end. So you guys could always, like, hit them up. Like, you know, both of them are doing education individually now, and then they are part of, like, shows at times. So back to the fact that you have been growing. That's, like, one thing I told you, you know, like, bro, you know, I know, like, we started off working together, and then you continued to work, you know, with brands. So now it's just like, yo, just make sure, like, you always do what's best for you. Like, I always encourage you to do that, you know? And just kind of explain how that's been going, because I know you've been a little bit more independent as of late.
Yeah, I mean, you kept it real from the start. That's what like, man, like, I feel like having a good, like, boss, manager, CEO, whatever it may be, like, they don't work for them, they work for you. And that's always said, like, whenever I talk about Uli, like, I always said, like, he always looked out for what was best for me. He always told me, hey, if this is going to benefit you the best, go ahead and do that. Like, he was never selfish. Like, that's his mad love. You know, I got you always. But yeah, man, it's been amazing, bro. Like I said, sometimes we work so hard, you don't even, like, see everything that you've done.
That's
like,
why I told you, like, we got to write it down sometimes.
Bro, 3 years ago, like, I dreamed of being in the position I am now. And I feel like sometimes we don't, like, remember to, like, look back and enjoy things like that. Like, I just did my first on-stage show independent, bro, mic'd up on stage. Like, man, like, I'm so grateful, bro. Like, but at the same time, like, I know that was not given. That was earned through all the hard work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To be up there. My whole family went. My whole family went to see it. And, man, I'm just so grateful to have the support system, not just my family, but you guys. You know, you guys have been helping me out throughout the way. Like, lately I've been seeing Cristian a lot more often, man. It's so good to be around the people that motivate you. It just gives you a
brings it back
energy.
to the root almost, you know? Like, you get to catch up about our stuff because we've seen it, and I think that's the cool part about it, that, you know, we get to still be here talking about it, you know?
Yeah,
which is cool.
And that's the thing, like, to look back, a young immigrant boy working towards something, like, man, I'm so happy. And,
going back to what you said about, like, you know, you've been working really hard, and then, like, for example, like, sometimes I feel like I just work a lot and I just don't see, like, where I'm at right now. But other point of people's view, they say, like, damn, Chris, like, you know, you really been out,
like, we're all
really
telling
been
you
out there, you know.
But he fights with that a lot, and every time we talk on the phone on the FaceTime, like, bro, like
I feel like I haven't really done anything.
I start bringing up
like,
shit, like, I did do that, huh?
Yeah, I be so super busy, bro. Like, sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. But from other people's points of view, lately when I did, like, Grupo Firme and Gunna, like, I got so much love, especially when I did Grupo Firme. My phone was blowing up like crazy.
That's so sick.
And people who I haven't spoken to in years, like from back home, or like I didn't even know who followed me, and then, like, they're just giving me, you know, props, respect, you know, and it actually felt good, you know. But still to this day, I'm sitting right here, I feel like I'm just Cristian, bro. Like, you know,
and
like,
that's the best thing, though, because that mindset is gonna keep you going. Because if we settle for this, then what? It's done. Well, there's more to go. There's way more to go. Like, bro, we're just getting started.
For real.
And
I feel like we always say
that.
that. We always say that, but it's true. I feel like a lot of times we have that. It's almost like that underdog mentality, you know? Like, we ain't kicking our feet up at all, you know? And don't get me wrong, like, I feel like what's important here is, like, you don't understand how far you've come. That's why it's important to have, like, those moments of reflection. And even just like I told you guys, writing it down, like, even if it's the smallest shit, man, just, like, writing down the stuff that you don't want to take into the next day that maybe you felt could have been different that day of. And then the next day you attack that goal that you're struggling with, like, faster, you know? So it's just, like, you know, just jotting down, journaling the stuff. And I feel like you start to notice, like, shit, I have a lot of things that I've been doing, you know? So I was talking to you about, like, the clothing brand, because we're all into that shit too, right? And then you're like, bro, how long's it been? It's been like 2 years, bro. It's like you're killing it, right? And sometimes, you know, we don't see the results right away, but I think if you're a kind of person that enjoys that process, like, you appreciate that a lot more. A lot of the times the shit that I do, I enjoy the process more than I do the result. The result was just bound to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's your take on that? Like, people chasing after something, maybe getting a little impatient.
I always say this, bro. Like, if you keep your eyes on the prize, you're going to trip because you're not looking at where you're at right now. It's important to see the goals, but you got to have everyday goals that you're meeting. Because if you constantly are looking up, you're going to trip.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
But you got to learn to, like you said, that the process and the journey is the best part, because when the result comes, the award comes, when you go on stage, when you're cutting that artist, it's only for a moment. But the hard work you put in to lead to that moment, that's the best part.
Yeah, everything takes time. Like, don't rush it. Like, whether it's a clothing brand or like say your career, like everything takes time. Like, your moment's gonna be there. Get there.
Yeah, 100, bro. Like being patient, all that good stuff. Like, there's so many things, bro. There's so many things that compile to, like, you know,
Like, it really
making
does,
something
like,
happen. You know, being patient, disciplined,
like
responsible.
7 years ago, bro, I was cutting in my mom's garage. Like, I never thought I would be like in this position where I'm at, like cutting these celebrities, coloring these celebrities. Even
feels
being with
so
you
far,
guys,
you
because
know?
I remember like 3-4 years ago, even when I was cutting in my mom's garage, I used to look up to Ulysses, still do, and it's like I still remember when I went up to him, like, but now, like, look, we're cool, you know, we're homies now. I literally text him every day, call whenever I need something. So it's crazy to see like the time, you know, 7 years later, you know, and you never know. 7 years from now, like, I'm excited to see where we all gonna be at.
Yeah,
You know?
most definitely. You know, God willing, everything's gonna go well. But yeah, I'm a firm believer. Like, the results that you get is the work that you put in. You know, that's it. That's it. Whatever you want to do, go do it. Like, we don't need to ask permission for anybody to do anything. Get
Yeah.
up and do it.
Yeah, I feel like right now there's just such a big opportunity for anybody to pretty much go after like anything. So if you guys are out there listening, like, trust me, it's possible. Get the information, man. Sometimes we're just around the wrong energy. You don't have the right mentors. You don't have the right friendships around you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we do this shit to feel like validated, to be around certain people and stuff. But dude, trust me, like, you know, I'm big on the small circle thing and just surrounding yourself with the right people, you know. And I feel like a lot of the times too, people feel like they need this whole ass crowd behind them in order to like push forward. But most of the time, man, you just need 2-3 of the right people. And even then, bro, most of the time you're alone, straight up.
Right.
You know, you're just shooting in the gym alone, for real.
So I got myself a dog. You know, shout out Jeter.
Hey, Cristian was
Real
one of the
one.
worst. Cristian
Real
was one
one.
of the worst of being like he just wasn't okay being alone for a long time. And I think as soon as he started to like buy into that, like, okay, it's cool, like, this is just what it is, I gotta grind it out, like, shit started to be a little bit better for him too, you know?
Like my boy Renji says, right? You got to separate to elevate. And sometimes it's not even on purpose. Just like when you got to handle business, most of the time, no one's going to want to do it to you. Why? Because that shit's hard.
Yeah.
That's just hard. And you're going to end up, whether you want to or not, when you're putting in the work, most of the time you're going to end up alone. Why? Because no one wants to put in the work.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. And it's funny because as you start to grow, they just slowly start shedding off. Like, it's like we always say, like, we'll outwork anybody, for real. Because I think that's why it's so important to put in the work early, because I feel like that kind of shit never really leaves you. You know, like, you're always going to have it in you to just get up. Like, you know, today is weird. We slept 5 hours. We were up at like 6:30. We worked out. And it was just like nothing, you know, like, it's just
regular.
It's just regular, you know. And I still want to start to eventually wake up earlier and start my daily routine, and just be always at a high frequency, man. I feel like, you know, we gotta maintain ourselves like that and maintain ourselves around like high frequency individuals, which is like really important. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you don't realize how much those bad energies. Fuck, like, you ever talk to somebody and you really feel like, damn, like,
and that's
bro, I feel like that shit killed me right now, like, for real. You know what I'm talking about, Chris? Like, you talk to people and you're like, man, I'm fucking drained just talking to this person.
Drain you. You surround yourself with energy, right?
Yeah, that shit don't lie. The heart don't lie.
It's not, man. And, you know, that's why it's super important to, like, I say this, like, when I'm back at home, I really don't kick it with nobody. Just my family and then some close friends, right? Because there's no one out there that I feel like could really, like, push me or motivate me like my friends do. But, like, I don't go out, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and that's my personal choice, right? If you do or do not, that's totally up to you. But if there are things that can stop me from being successful, I will just completely eliminate it. Same thing goes for people. If they have negative energy, I'll eliminate it. It's good. It's nothing personal. You get me? I'm just after something different.
Yeah.
If you want to come through. Let's get after it together, right? Alone, you will go faster. Together, you will go further.
Yeah, I feel I'm on your page as well. You know, lately, you know, I just been trying to like just hang around with people like, you know, business people, entrepreneurs, successful people, and just to learn from them, you know. And I feel like if I'm around bad energy or like, you know, like 10 people who are bad energy, then I'll be the 11th person, you know. So.
It's funny. Somebody was mentioning there's like this analogy that they say that you're supposed to pay for the first class tickets because most of the time when you pay first class, you're going to be around those kind of people and you'll never really want to go. Like, yeah, it's going to be expensive, but look who you're going to be sitting next to. You know what I'm saying? I still be fine business. I think I'm going to upgrade my seat on the way back home tomorrow.
Little first class, huh?
Little something like $35, you know? You even get a free drink. Like it's just like you see the treatment, you're like, damn. You know what I mean? Different. Like you ain't going to go back.
It's a different lifestyle,
It's just different. So it's like putting yourself around those people and, you know, you'd be surprised. I'm like laughing, but... You know, we got to hold ourselves accountable to our own shit, too, if we know we ain't doing it, you know? We got to...
Discipline.
We got to preach it and live it, you know what I mean? So you're only as good as your word.
But the thing is, like, I feel like some people look like... They look at you and they be like, "Oh, this guy got it good," you know. Like, bruh, hell no. Like, I still got to work on things myself,
they just
bro.
don't see the behind the scenes, bro.
They don't, bro.
They
like,
don't. Like, if
I
could take off these glasses right now, they're gonna see me. Oh, hell no, put them back. You know, like, damn.
Yeah, never mind.
Like,
they want them to take it out. They think it's being a mamon right now. Like, I stay away with the fucking glasses, but after, like, you know what, bro? Put them back.
They don't know. This is
Those are fire, by the way.
You know, I had to change them up. You know, I used to have the Ray-Bans for the longest.
Bro, I believe in that shit. Like, just energy shit. Like, bro, we're past this. Like, just, like, get rid of all your clothes. Like, let's just start over, you know? Like, for real, spring cleaning, man. No
Everything.
lie.
Hey,
all that clothes, shit, bro.
Hey,
too much memories.
Hey, get rid of your clothes and give them to me.
Bad vibes.
Point, you know? I'm going to give them to my son.
I've been roasting my cameraman over there. I'm like, bro, it's time to throw that shit away.
Hey, Cristian. Yeah. Cristian Cortez.
Cristian Cortez. Hey, if you guys don't know him, I have a new name. It's not Cristian Bless anymore. It's Cristian Cortez.
Man, that's hella funny. But, you know, I wanted to just do like a quick episode, man, just to kind of get some shit out there and just kind of like even get myself back in a rhythm because I do want to start posting more consistently, even if it's not with guests, man. It's been a lot harder for me season 2 to just get people because everybody's schedule and a lot of these people I've never met. So it's like, you know, it depends what time they're in LA, if they have time to make it. You know, at one point, like, it's crazy because people think I've been lagging it this season, but I'm halfway into the episodes that I was in season 1. I did like 14. I'm 7 right now. So, you know, I've been seeing 7 a lot lately.
No, but you really
look at the hats.
You really upped it a lot.
I really did. So I mean, of course, like it's just a lot more, and plus I got a lot more on my plate now. I'm doing like different things with the brand. So either way, I mean, to me, this just fun. Like I like being able to pour out energy, to pour out positive stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
This is almost like what we said about jotting like the journey. This is us being able to go back and listen to it and be like, this is
reflecting
dope.
back.
Yeah, we're talking about this stuff. So you know, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being part of it as well. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, bro, for having us. You know, this is just like, I love being around you guys, you know, just because it motivates me to go back, whether it's cutting hair, recording, but just like being around like good energy, you know, I love it. So
Energy is key. Good energy.
It is, man. I mean, it's just crazy how powerful it is, you know? So, I mean, we'll be able to go back and reflect on this, and it's just good to be able to talk about it, man. And you know, if you guys have those people around you, man, hit them up. You know, like open up, like what, you know, it's not always good. You know,
let that pride, let that ego go, man.
Yeah, let it go. That shit got to go out the window. You know, but sometimes people, they get to a certain level, they feel like they don't have to, or like, oh well, I'm older, so I don't really got to listen to you, or some bullshit, right? But that shit doesn't mean anything, man.
That don't mean nothing, bro.
So you know, like I said, man, just watch who you're around and make sure that they're pouring into your cup. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like family or not, man, like it just has to be the right energy.
100%. Man.
So, you know, we'll kind of leave it with that. And hopefully that's what people get from this. I think right now, like passing the first quarter of the year, which I always like to do shit for the first quarter, second quarter. Right now, first quarter's been crazy. There's been a lot of seeds that have been planted. A lot of seeds have been planted, you know, just been watering your shit. And then eventually, you know, it's going to be a crazy rest of the year because there's a lot of things developing for all of us. So, you know, let's just kind of end it with that, man. What are you excited about?
I mean, like you just said, the first quarter just passed, and I feel like it's been the best quarter of my whole career. I reflect every year on my birthday. I like to reflect and see if I did the same thing I did last year, there was no growth.
For real.
You get me? So, man, I've been doing more shows, more education than I've ever done. We're about to announce something big. Like, I'm super excited for that. I can't say just yet what it is or how it's going to go down, but it's going to be big. I'm super excited. I'm super excited for that, for my expansion of my brand as well. And just in general, just being a better person every day. You know, shout out my family, shout out my friends back home who keep the boy going. Shout out to you guys. Uli, thank you so much. The season has been amazing. You really upped it up, like you said. And you know, like, talk is cheap, but when you make it happen, that shit's dope for real. Like, when you do what you're going to say, that's everything, you know. So congrats on this. I've been watching every episode. You really upped it up, man. Super happy. Super happy to be here. Super proud of you. You know, it's always all love. I got you always. Yeah, man. Thank you guys for everything. Everyone that's been supporting, everyone that's been coming to the classes. There is going to be the class in Washington.
Shit, we forgot about that. Yeah, cut up.
Sunday, May 22nd, guys. We're going to do the 3-peat Look and Learn. Cristian, celebrity artist and color specialist. Uli, brand development marketing, also a great hair artist. And I'll be going a little bit more on technical cutting and things like that, something trending and things like that. But if you're interested, let us know.
Cristian's going to be doing his color and everything. So it's going to be a dope class, man. Dope. I'm excited to go up there. We didn't get to do it, you know, prior to the pandemic. So it's good that we're following up. I feel like we owe it to over there. That is home base for you. So I'm excited for those people to, like, finally be able to see. And they're going to really be able to connect the dots and be like, damn, like, now I see.
The thing is, it's even like,
you're only as good as the people around you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm excited to deliver. And then, you know,
I'm excited for the class as well, because I feel like we're pretty much doing our own thing, so we're able to offer, you know, 3 different things.
Yeah, I feel like it's dope because, like, we're each our own brand and we're all offering something.
This one is going to be way better than what it would have been 2 years ago.
For sure.
So for everyone that's going, like, you guys are really in for a surprise.
Like, I feel like we've came so far since then, so it's dope. So just Chris, like, what are you excited about? You know,
I'm just honestly, like, I mean, we passed the first quarter, but honestly, this has probably been the best my year. Like, 2022 is literally my year. Like, I got the foot on the gas right now. I'm not gonna let that shit go. I'm literally, like, super blessed to be able to cut and meet the people who have cut. Also, I'm now doing education 101. I love doing color. So, and then there's some other things in the works that I'm trying to do. So when, like I said, like, whenever I say something, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
for sure.
So super excited for a year. Can't wait to be in the class with both of you guys. And so if you guys want any tickets, make sure you click the link below.
I am going to put the link down there, and we are going to start promoting a little bit more, but, you know, this is for the people that stuck around to the end. You know, if you guys made it this far, man, you guys are already, you know, you guys are already different than the rest, man. Not a lot of people are going to stick it out and listen to stuff that sometimes they don't want to hear the progress shit. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear. Yeah, it's the truth. Like, you know, so if you guys made it this far, drop a comment down below. Like I said, if you guys are in the Washington area, anything hair related, sometimes, man, it's not even aside from the haircut stuff. I feel like they're getting this shit with some haircuts. So, like, I mean, pull up, man. The tickets are going to be there. I think for me, just continuing to grow in all aspects, like all the brands, and then obviously, you know, continuing to perform, like, at a high frequency and just be better every single day, man. I mean, aside from all this work shit, you know, we're still, you know, like, you and I do have a wife, we do have kids, so, like, you just want to be the best version of yourself in general. 100. Cristian, a ver si un día se casa el güey, but
right now, I'm literally just focus on myself. I'm super happy, like, where I'm at right now in life. Yeah. So I'm just focused on myself. I'm
married to the game.
You know?
Married to the game.
I got my dog. You know, he's back home. Shout out Jeter. You know, I love you so much. You know, my little son. Just know.
I love you.
You know,
I love you.
I'm gonna get him a little girlfriend soon. You know,
a little something. Yeah. See, it's just everything, man. Everything's good, man. So just stay tuned, guys. Like I said, there's some fire shit dropping soon. For all the brands, honestly, like the Needed Podcast, the S&D brand.
We should do a giveaway, bro.
Yeah, we should, huh? We should do a little something.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop something soon. I'm gonna drop a couple pieces. So. However you want to do it, we could each give something away.
We'll figure out a way. I already know exactly what we can do. Like, we'll make it a public thing for real, like on Instagram. So we'll do something fire. Maybe we'll add some extra people depending, but for sure, like, we're gonna do something good. We'll do a giveaway, give back, because, you know, we're grateful for the people, man. So 100. Like I said, a lot of fire shit dropping for all the brands: the Needed brand, the S&D brand.
24/7. Hey, shout out Cristian Blends. This shit clean, bro.
Everything, yeah.
Thank you, bro.
See you guys next time. Drop a comment, like I said. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see when it is. I'm telling you guys, like, I've been busy, but I'm for sure committed to figuring out a way to be a lot more consistent with this, even if it's just for me, even if it's just myself. I mean, I'm going to make some shit happen. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Love y'all. For real. Much love.